Hey guys, Dave with Moneyology here. Hope everyone is having a great weekend. Today is May 16th, 2021. This is the premium preview of our gold sector or precious metal sector review, where we'll cover gold, silver, platinum group metals, copper, etc. And we'll go through 27 names and give you our updates on the various different charts. So let's dive right in, starting with Amerigo Resources. Here we have a absolutely clean breakout. This is a 5-star style breakout, and so now I would move up any stop losses to 135 and see how far this goes. This is a stock that can go much higher. Obviously there will be pullbacks along the way. Notice the moving averages are also moving up higher, so perhaps you can, if you're a little bit more liberal, you want to keep the stop losses along those moving averages. That's at 112. So definitely a 5-star opportunity here for much higher prices. Freeport-McMoRan, copper, gold producer. This has been on an incredible tear since the lows in the breakout call right around here back in March of last year. Question is, what do we do here? We've got a shooting star. Obviously, the market's pulled back. We're very bullish on gold and copper, but copper looks like it's going to be cooling off for a little while. So here's what I would be doing if I didn't already own this. If I didn't own this, I would be a buyer on any weakness around the $40 level. On the other hand, on a breakout above 46, the momentum buyers would step in and buy there with a stop loss below the 40 level. So bottom line is, if you do already own it, I would have a stop loss around that 39 level, which coincides with a 13-week EMA. To the contrary, the 13-week EMA is around 36.50 right now. That's where I would be my stop loss. If it broke below that level, I would exit this trade, assuming I've been in it all along. There's a lot of support here, and I don't think it's going to move below 34 to 36 on a pullback. But on the other hand, we have to recognize if the general markets sell off, then there could be some weakness. But in the end, I think Freeport-McMoRan will be a $100 stock before this commodity bull run is over. So very bullish, and I would be a buyer of any weakness. Aya Gold and Silver has been on a radar for quite some time, and it's an absolute beauty of a stock. It's in a bullish flag right here, and looks to me like it's setting up for a breakout above $8 and going towards new highs, probably well above $10. My stop loss right now would be the 13-week EMA, currently at $6.12, and move that up as the 13-week EMA continues to move higher. But this is an absolute beauty of a stock that looks like it's got a lot more to go. Among the majors, Impala Platinum is one of the top producers of platinum in the world, and palladium, and it's been on an absolute tear. Low of 250 last year. Now it's trading at 21.17. It's pulled back here off the highs around 21.17. We've got a bullish flag set up here. I would put a stop loss if I own this below 17, because if this breaks 17, then I think we're going to 14 here, possibly as low as 11. Now, do I think that's the probability, base case probability? No. I think most likely this continues moving higher and makes new highs very soon. However, we have to recognize this: the bullish uptrend from the March lows of last year has ended. So if I own this, I would definitely be cautious around the 17 level, because if this pulls back lower and it doesn't renew its new uptrend here, then I could see a pretty sharp breakdown. I'm frankly surprised as I look at this chart that it's showing weakness because the overall metal space is just starting to heat up. So maybe something going on here underneath the surface. So be a little cautious with Impala right now. I would not be chasing. Anglo American. So this one has been really on fire of late too, but we've got a shooting star here around 25. So it might pull back towards 21 here, the previous base and the 13-week moving average. So if I didn't own it, I would be a buyer around the 21 level. But right now, RSI looks good. But we got to keep an eye on this. If this uptrend breaks down, then potentially we could see renewed weakness towards that $20 level. Generation Mining is a platinum palladium explorer I believe, and it's been in an absolutely beautiful uptrend from low of 21.5 cents all the way to 110. It looks to me like it's consolidating here above its previous breakout zone. So long as it holds the 13-week moving average around 91 cents, I would be a buyer on any weakness. The MACDs are moving higher, and I expect to see a breakout above 120 very, very soon. So this is a very bullish company, or I'm very, very bullish on this company and the underlying chart. So platinum group metals is interesting, and I'm seeing a theme here as I'm going across this watch list. A lot of the palladium lead names are starting to slow down. Certainly a lot of negative divergence here that's taking place. Almost a double top, but momentum is nowhere near the highs. So if I didn't already own this, I would not want to buy this unless it breaks above 720. Above 720, this is going to go towards this 13 area. So keep this on your radar. On the other hand, if this continues weakening here and breaks below the 50 RSI level, this is going to make a pretty sharp move lower towards the 350 area, possibly as low as $3. So not a bullish chart at this point in time. Turquoise Hill Resources, this one was doing quite well, but notice what was happening here. Even as it was moving higher between 14 and all the way to 18, momentum was not making new highs. And that's the negative divergence that you got to watch out for, especially after a very long run to the upside. So I don't know what happened here. This was down 22%. Volume was incredibly high, and I think that this one might break down all the way towards $12 at support. So if you own this, I would be very cautious right here. Ivanhoe Mines, one of our favorites in the copper space. So we had this major breakout off of a neckline, broke above 450, made a major move higher, perfect back test, and then it was the rest of the story was written. So now we're just kind of doing stair step higher. We did fall back off the highs at 975. We are making some negative divergence here on the new highs. So potentially a pullback towards the 775 area wouldn't surprise me at all. But I would be a buyer on weakness if I were you. Altius Minerals Corp. This one, similar to kind of the Ivanhoe chart, pulled back off the highs, and we had some negative divergence, right? We were not making new highs here. And so I would expect this to correct if markets continue consolidating here between 15 and 17. I would not be chasing this name right now. On the other hand, Oceana Gold Corp is looking really good. It looks to me like it's starting a new uptrend, breaking out here above this downtrend here, and so this is a clearly bullish move. Below 240, in fact, I put my stop loss here below 220, which is currently the 13 and 26 week moving average. We're having a bullish crossover. MACDs have already crossed over, and this is really going to accelerate as soon as it breaks that 280 area. I think the next real target is that 360 area, and then we'll see how much strength this has. However, this is where we broke down last time off the highs at 401. So if you extend this out, we're approaching that area here. So watch this carefully. If this area breaks to the upside, you're going to see a major move higher in Oceana Gold. On the other hand, if this serves as resistance, we might see a back test of this level, thereby giving us some more opportunity to accumulate and ready ourselves for that next breakout. London Mining. So this one also kind of some negative divergence here on the new high. And you might say that this is a bullish flag, but it looks to me like it's breaking lower. And I could see if the markets pull back further, I can see this one breaking lower towards about 1250 before there's any consolidation. So this to me looks a little bit weak here. It looks to me like this could break down and retest that 50 RSI level. Speaking of stocks that had been doing really well and are now kind of breaking down, Gold Resources, major negative divergence here on this double top. So I think it's going to continue to consolidate until it breaks this 290 level. No reason to buy here. I would be a buyer in weakness around that 184 level if it continues to show it. Sibanye, another platinum palladium miner. This one's also showing some weakness. Interesting, right? Not really creating much higher highs. I mean, it is creating slightly higher highs, but not certainly not with the momentum that we saw here back in early 2020. So if the markets pull back, if the sector consolidates, I can see this one weakening here and probably pulling back towards something like 1550 or so. This is going to be a very strong area of support, and I would be a buyer in any weakness. I think this is going to be a stock similar to Freeport-McMoRan that goes eventually towards $100 area. Now, Hecla Mining, this one here is a must buy. I mean, this is a five-star charts for this reason. This has been in a consolidation between $150 and $7 here for basically a decade. It is now breaking out, and if you see this chart from an annual perspective, there's a I don't have it here, but there's basically there's a trend line that goes something like this. That's also breaking out. It looks more like this. Something's happening with Hecla that's very, very bullish, and it's a producer already. It's a cash flow producer, and it is breaking out. So to me, this is a stock that looks to me like it's going to break out and double and triple from here. So 5-star. If you don't own it, you should. ROXG. ROXG has broken out above its consolidation range between 90 cents here and 180. Now it's struggling to make a new high. It's struggling to build some momentum. It's got some negative divergence versus the previous high at a lower price point. So it might need some time to consolidate. If there's market weakness, I could see this pulling back towards 180, but I would be a buyer at those levels. Marathon Gold Corp. This one here is looking strong, and it looks like it's going to break that 340 level relatively soon and move much higher. So this is a 5-star chart. Look at the MACDs about to cross zero. These guys are doing something very, very right. First Majestic Silver. So First Majestic is struggling right now to break above this bullish pennant here, bullish triangle. If it breaks, I would say the 13-week moving average is currently 16. That's exactly where it's closed. If it can break these levels, the next target would be 1950, followed by a move to retest 24. Do I think First Majestic is going to go much higher? I do, but it needs some confirmation from silver. Until silver breaks 30, I don't think First Majestic is going to go anywhere. But if that breaks, then it's an optionality play on the price. Victoria Gold. Now this looks very bullish, right? You look for stocks that are doing well, even if the underlying sector is kind of stagnating. And this is definitely the case with Victoria Gold. $21, that's our next target, and I think this one's going to be moving much higher. I love what these guys are doing. This is a 5-star kind of big cap opportunity, large cap opportunity. Wheaton Precious Metals. So Wheaton Precious Metals broke out of this downtrend here, right? This bullish flag, bullish wedge, if you will. And now you've got the support of the moving averages crossing over around 41.50. So that's my support level here for Wheaton. My first target, my first very short-term target would be around 46.70. But once that breaks, I think the next level is going to be that 48 level. I think Wheaton's going much higher. This is one of the best fundamental stories in the large cap space in silver. And I think this is a very, very strong buy. Outcrop Gold. This is an explorer. I believe in Colombia. Could be wrong, but this to me looks very bullish here. If this breaks 51 cents, I think this is going to make a move into the $1 to $2 range. So you've got the breakout on RSI already. You've got the breakout above 50, and while the price has not yet broken out, volume is definitely starting to move. So with the MACDs getting ready to cross zero, this is a 5-star chart. I would be comfortable buying here with a stop loss below 30 cents here. All right, Forum Energy Metals. This is a copper explorer that's got some really district scale opportunity. This is our largest position of any mining company, and it looks to me like this is very close to breaking out here. Our target in the near term is 52 cents, but I think this can go much higher if the drill results that are expected to be announced over the next coming days, are better than expected. But beautiful chart. It's got 3 very strong opportunities to hit gold, if you will, uranium, copper, and they've got 100% interest in a platinum palladium cobalt mine. So really interesting opportunities. And if you're not familiar, they've got Rio Tinto and Orano as joint venture partners. You typically don't see that with such a small explorer, and that's in Canada. So very good jurisdiction. Bear Creek Mining. So Bear Creek sold off here, broke down from a bullish flag, and on one hand that's bearish, right? There's no two ways about it. But what we're seeing here is positive divergence. It did not create a new low, and there's a very clearly defined downtrend. If that breaks, then I think you're going to see a major move to the upside. So look for a move potentially above 210, and then this could be a nice bottoming momentum play that could really move fast. Arizona Silver, that's a name we've been accumulating of late. The Explorer down in Arizona, they've got some interesting properties, but from a technical standpoint, this looks to me like it's setting up for a potential breakout above 50. They're expecting some really interesting assay results relatively soon. If this breaks 50, this is going to make a move back towards 40 cents and possibly all the way towards $1 because there's blue sky right above that. So look at the MACDs. I like the consolidation. This chart is also a 5-star chart, like Forums as well. A lot of exploration upside. Trilogy Metals. This one is a great looking chart as well. I love the consolidation between 140 and I mean, we can say $3, but really it's kind of that 250 area. It's breaking out here right now, and the next obvious target is 320, but I think this can go much higher thereafter if it can break above those levels. So 5-star setup here as well. And finally for this review is DRD Gold. This one is breaking out as well above upward sloping moving averages around 1030, 1040. Next target here is that $12 range, perhaps 12 to 13. Once that breaks, I think this is going to 1750. So a lot of upside here, and so that's basically it. Overall, I see the gold and silver names are starting to really perk up, whereas some of the copper names are kind of cooling off, and certainly platinum palladium names are cooling off. So there seems to be a rotation into gold and silver names. So that's definitely where you ought to be looking, and we're certainly doing the same. So wish you guys a great week. Would love your feedback and really appreciate your support. Those of you who are our premium subscribers, it really means a lot to us. So please consider signing up. Moneyology Premium gets you videos like this for $54 a month US. Or if you like a la carte, you can subscribe via Patreon and get various different sector videos such as uranium, precious metals, etc., for a lower and perhaps more affordable price. But have a great week and look forward to being in touch. Take care.